Om Shanti. With the speciality of unity and faith, become full of success. The language of the heart is one. Keep the specialities you have, not the weaknesses, in front of you, and you will have faith in yourself. Do not think too much about your weaknesses, and you will constantly continue to move forward with happiness. Although there are many countries, many languages, and many colors, while there is diversity, let there be unity in everyone's heart in a practical way, because there is the one Father in everyone's heart, and you are all following one Srimad. While having many languages, the song and the language of the heart are one. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Welcome to Vikti Parivar. Today's day 25. With the speciality of unity and faith, become full of success. Today's topic, the language of the heart, is one. Now we will listen to Mohini Didi.
Om Shanti. When we listen to our seniors, then it brings many different kinds of insights. Like we had been listening to Chandramani Dadi, and now we started with Brother Ramesh. Brother Ramesh came to Baba, and he was a follower of a very, very famous guru. He was almost like second number, and that was on Gita. He was very known for reading Gita, explaining Gita. And then when he came, he had, he was accountant lawyer. So he came and he started giving lot of ideas to Baba. And so Baba used to go to Bombay. But Mama stayed at his home for a long time for medical treatment or even whenever she went to Bombay. So he was very close to Baba and Mama and really did so much for Yagya. Not only accounts or trust, but also new ideas about exhibition. So first exhibition he arranged in Bombay, and Baba sent all of us to go and see what is it, So he did lot of new kind of things. So Baba, we should have seminar. Baba says, what is that seminar now? You know. So he said, okay, Baba, we will arrange, and then you will see what is seminar. Then they say, Baba, we want to do workshop. What is that workshop now? Because for Baba it was knowledge, but he said, Baba, these are different methods. Right? But one word in a way Murli which Baba said, that whatever we say, there should be experience. So I was reminded of when myself and two others, we were three Kanyana. So that time we had two instruments who used to come from Madhuban. So they start giving gyan. But I remember each word they said somewhere deeply emerged that experience, I will say from last Kalpa. So they said, okay, home is Param Dham. I said, yeah, that's right. Then God has come to establish deity kingdom. Yeah, I am deity. I was surprised. I still remember that half an hour she gave knowledge was, it appealed so deeply. So I still think that what was at that time in Dadis, that when they spoke, it really touched the heart and kind of you internally start thinking that that's true, it's true. So what we have to bring in us, that we keep giving lectures, we keep giving talk. People say very good lecture, but they haven't understood anything, right? So how whatever little we say should bring the experience, and that will create the faith that yes, this is home. So when Baba says you should be able to give experience, so there is something. It's like for dadis, I can say they had 100% faith in what they're saying, but all their stage. Anytime you ask Dadi for anything, yes, when it's drama, it will happen. We ask Mama, she knows that she will be leaving body in 2 weeks. Mama, how are you feeling? What are your Dadis will ask Mama, and we will be sitting in corners somewhere listening. And Mama said, it's all drama. Their faith in drama, faith in Baba was, as Ramesh Bhai said, the Shiv Baba didn't ask Brahma Baba, can I use your body? Hmm. Even sometimes Baba says uh, that he has to pay me rent because he's using my space, right? But how two souls live together in this little forehead and how they allowed each other to speak, right? I think Murli must be like, when he say who talks, what did Shiv Baba say? What did Brahma say? Sometimes we can't. So they were so much together, right? And I always feel our relationship, our closeness, our unity should be like Bab Dada. Whatever little space is there, we share. Whatever is there, we share. So keep in mind and see what is required so that people can experience. Because then you don't have to really say much now. They feel it, they experience it, and they believe it then. Right? So then we have to really speak less, and whatever we say, if people uh, could feel it, experience it, it will be very, very easy. So today Baba is saying that the language of the heart is one. Many languages, but language of heart. Baba says, keep the speciality you have. Keep the specialities you have. Did you write down what are your specialties, right? And specialties, one are like your quality, your personality. Other is skills. No, you are creative. You can do this, or so write both so that we can offer to Baba. So Baba says, keep the specialties you have, not the weaknesses. Mm. Baba says, don't no weaknesses in front of you, and then you will have faith in yourself. Many come and they say, I don't have enough trust on my own self. I don't have self confidence. my self-esteem is very low. No, they always find something is lacking. But Baba says that do not think too much about your weaknesses. So from today, the change is I will look at my what specialities, not the weaknesses. And Baba says you will constantly continue to move forward with happiness. Two things will happen. You will move forward, but with happiness, not forcing yourself, and that is when you keep your specialities in your heart. So Baba says that although there are many countries, many languages, many colors, lot of variety, right? When there is diversity, let there also be unity in everyone's heart in the practical way. I was giving Toli first day on inauguration of our NCCC integrated retreat. It's amazingly the size of face, size of it's so much variety, so much variety, right? Asians and then China and then Americans and England. And also when they speak, even it's English, but American English, England English, Canadian English, right? Turkish English, right? So Baba says, while there is diversity, let there be unity in everyone's heart in a practical way, because there is only one Father in everyone's heart. So Baba says, you are all following one Shrimad. So while having many languages, Baba says, but the song and the language of the heart are one. So don't describe differences. Make the list of what is one. Don't use word, यहाँ तो क्या होता है. You see few cases, right, where people are not agreeing or something happened. So we describe that. But I will say even 99% we are all one. Yes, you all agree?
It was 98.
Hmm?
In Hindi, it was 98. Great, 98.
Okay. Baba said, look at your specialties, then you will move forward with happiness. I really like it. Move forward with happiness. Om Shanti.
So, hello, Om Shanti, and
Om Shanti.
good morning, Didi. It's my
Good morning.
Okay.
Good morning.
So my name is Yogesh, and I'm based in Turkey for Baba's service there.
Speak little louder.
And it's my honor to put a few questions to you this morning, Didi. So firstly, I'd like to touch upon something you said last night in the integrated retreat. And you said that when we are impressed, then we stop growing. So I want to ask, what would be the difference between being influenced, being impressed, and being inspired.
Mm. No, I use, one is influence, which could be negative, positive. Impressed is when you seeing everything perfect and everything okay. Then I didn't say you stop progressing, but you don't know what to say because everything is so perfect. And it happened with me. I don't want to mention the place where everything was not only perfect, it was excellent. Everything. When you reach there, they wipe the suitcases. When you go for program, it's raining, brothers will wipe before you get in the car so that your sari doesn't get the way they are trained or they learn. And now I'm giving class, I don't know what more to tell them. Then I said, go beyond, no? Go beyond. This is not everything. So some thoughts came and I started talking. But I knew I was so impressed that I couldn't think further. But as soon as I went in silence, I said, maybe I talk about angelic stage, maybe I talk about subtle world, something like. And third, as you saying that, as Dadi also used to say, uh, care, share, and inspire. Whatever we do uh, with determination, consistent, good quality, set a good, anything you do, do it in such a way. It's like example. You are tireless or you are consistent or any specialty will inspire others. I remember that with a Vyakti Parivar, many say we come because you come. If you could come, why can't we come? And lot of souls really, they see that if you can make it, it will be 6 years now in March. If you can make it, why should I miss? Why should I miss? So anything you do, which is something very unique, something very consistent, automatically others are inspired. You don't have to say, you all should do this, you must do that. No, they are inspired by, right?
Mm. So, in this regard, you also mentioned about information, that
Mhm.
we acquire information, but it should not impact our reasoning. But could it also be that sometimes information can increase or improve our reasoning? How should we relate to information?
Mhm. No, as I was mentioning in reference to that when I start going in trance, then Baba said, you have to keep your intellect, like divine intellect. We say divine eye, divine intellect. And so let's say if I had been going to UN, let's say, so because of that, I need to know lot of at least headlines, because when you go there, suddenly people start talking about that, and you are naive, you don't know. I remember once I was invited in a workshop, international level, and that morning I was rushing. Those days we used to get newspaper. Now we just have internet. So I just read the headlines, and the question they asked me was that headline related. So in a way, people were impressed that, oh, she knows. They think that these white clothes people don't know anything. And so up to that level, there is good service. But if you start talking about every language now, human rights, and I always say godly rights, you are God's child. So there is dignity, but that dignity, human dignity, is not the way they talk about. They talk about more opportunities and, you know, relationships, or everyone has right to get something. But every time now, whenever they sit, no, there is no human right. There is this. So I said, why you all the time keep saying human rights? Why we don't say godly birthright? I'm giving example that even the words they start using sometimes are very political, very, so that means their identity is relating more, their reasoning is more based on information from outside.
Mhm.
So their language, their thinking, and even at home, like elections happen. It's a big thing, like you're 30 of them, let's say, in peaceful age. Half of them want to vote for one, and half of them for other. And then I say, but amongst yourself, even if you vote this one or that one, but you all remain together, right? You don't accept because this one will be elected, so I believe in his principles. I said, no, we can do vote, but doesn't mean we should be influenced by the political, whatever the principles are of that leadership. That means there are many things you know them, but you don't have to adopt them. So then what happens? The atmosphere becomes like very political. And I remember one time, really, for elections, we had to convince Nivasis that you are not two parties. Because wherever they sat for dinner, they're talking about that. They sat at a reception, they're still arguing about that. So I said, our supreme leader is one, right? And then there are dadis. And those are people, they come, they promise so many things, right? How much they are able to do. No, how many after in during election we will do this, we will, how much they are able to do. So sometimes, like, the information from outside, it goes in our intellect, and reasoning now is based on who will be the leader, what will they. I said, okay, vote, but why you have to uh, mentally really get so much influenced by who will be the leader? I always say to them, even if you elect, you person you choose get elected, mm, but you should always remember that our fortune maker is Baba. They're not going to, even whatever happens, I still say, even leader is very good or not good, but our fortune is in our hands. Our fortune is Baba's hands, right? I never think that this leader is going to make my life great or elevated, right? They do the whatever they are supposed to do, or some do whatever they want to do. But I shouldn't, what I'm saying, that even political influence, many souls go through that. One time, even in one country, the whole class was like two parties, Democrat or Republic. Or I said, I was joking with them. I said, we are both. They asked me, who are you? I said, I am Democrat in action, I'm Republican in thinking. Because I believe in certain things. Believe in the sense I agree to the way, but I believe in democratic because I am also political science student. So I mean, I could very easily adopt, understand, but I keep away, whenever there is discussion, I always say, we have to respect both, and it's up to you whom you want to vote. And they especially vote because they want that person to win. So my vote will also count. My vote. So there is a lot of that, which I think is not necessary. So that's what I meant. You need to know everything, everything, or at least basics. Like these days, I kind of don't want to hear much what is happening in the world. And after 2, 3 days, maybe I, will just get the headlines. And so you have to keep yourself informed, but also not involved.
I can continue a bit more on this theme of influence. Sometimes we say something touched my heart. When something touches your heart, what's going on inside the soul at that moment?
Inspired, no?
It's the same thing?
That's what is happening, is that something is evolved, internally. Um, Something is progressing, you are touched, you start believing it. So it's like, I think it's, you are inspired. Like I give you example that, in India we have some very top business people. And so sometimes they tell how much charity they do. Do they spend all money on their luxurious life, or they do charity? So there is one man who is even bigger in charity than Tata was very known for hospitals, and he started cancer hospitals and lot of charity. And he lived a simple life, moderate like other people. So it's just like you know about everything and you appreciate everything. But again, I don't think I will start doing all what they are doing. I will still think that the charity is first to give knowledge. Charity first is to show the path, as Baba says, from darkness to light. So I want still do what Baba wants me to do. The way Baba wants to teach us what is charity, not I will follow anyone else, right?
Let me come to sanskars now. um, how do you know if a sanskar has truly been transformed, or if it's just suppressed and is waiting to ambush you later?
Let's say you have sanskar to get impatient, quickly like lose patience and get irritated, right? And you cultivate more and more patience, right? So what you're doing is what is lacking in percentage is patience, and you are increasing. So in a way, the sanskar of getting impatient is like a glass of water half full, and you make it full. But when it is used, it will become half. So cultivating sanskar. I always say why we always think of transforming sanskar. Cultivate. So I feel that when you cultivate sanskar, that means more virtues, more specialities. When you do that, they become yours, no? But it's same like the purity. You become 100% pure, then there is decline. So there is decline in everything, right? So I will just say that it's not suppressed, it's the degrees. You go 100%, then from 100% gradually, by end of the cycle, there are no degrees left, whether of purity, whether of virtues and all that. So it's in the cycle, ascending and descending, which is happening. So I see that way instead of, because this question many times we have talked, do they get merged and then they merge, or so I said that the energy, let's say we call this as space age, or we call this as internet age, whatever age. So that's the time now. Everyone talks in that language, right? But nothing, everything is in a cycle. So I think that if we look at that way, I will just say that when you cultivate, then other sanskars, sanskars, one is only one word, sanskar, you know. So there are no sanskars. There is only one sanskar. That's a soul consciousness, body consciousness. Half of the kalpa, golden age, silver age, what was our sanskar? Copper age, iron age, body consciousness. From body consciousness, then many sanskars emerge, right? So I think that it's a decline and ascending and descending process more than merging emerge. Like full moon, no? Baba gives example that new moon and full moon. I always see that way, that soul reaches to a point where it's new moon, very little of purity, very little is still there, and then it becomes full moon and grows. That's how I relate.
One more?
Last one, yeah.
Okay. Didi, you've been making efforts for many, many years on this path. And when you do become a perfect angel, 100%, and if Baba were to ask you that, child, what message do you have for your world family? What would you say to all of us?
I think 2, 3 thoughts come. One is recognizing your own self and your part. And once you recognize your, that is where you are spiritually, and also connect it with what role you have to play or what part you have to play. So I would suggest everyone to go beyond and remain neutral, impartial, and have love for everyone. Love for everyone. No one is bad, no one is good. Maybe they have temporary some sanskars, or they are in darkness, but ultimately love is with everyone as a angel, as a perfect soul. Have that attitude, have that vision. And within these year or two, I find so much change in me. And really amazing. I said, oh wow. So my thinking, my attitude, my way to look at people is completely different now. So my message is love everyone. God loves you and you love everyone. That's what I would say.
Thank you. No more questions.
But you're satisfied with the answer?
Very much so, yeah.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Anyway, thank you, Yogesh bhai. I heard you were in Mexico recently.
I was in
They
December.
were happy.
Shanti, thank you. So tomorrow is Wednesday. Our schedule from Amritwala, 3:30 a.m. to 4:45 a.m.